Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Kohetsu HAP40 Western Gyuto 270mm knife. And this is a pretty cool knife. This thing is a prep beast. So if you want great edge retention, high performance, kind of traditional styling with full tang, Western style handle, this thing will be awesome in a pro kitchen for prep. The construction in it is 3 layers, so the outside layer covering the core steel is soft stainless, and then the core steel is what's known as HAP40 semi-stainless steel. It's a powder metallurgy steel. They take the heat treat really high, which this steel is known for, and then go to about 65 on this, so it's very high hardness. The steel is surprisingly forgiving, even with that hardness rating, but the edge retention is great. This is known around the Chef Knives to Go camp as voodoo steel because it just has unbelievable edge retention. So it's, again, not too bad to sharpen as well, but a little bit forgiving even and kind of tough. So great characteristics. The weight on this one, as you might suspect, is got some mass to it, but it's 259 grams or 9.1 ounces. And the handle is mahogany. It's a just a standard full tang 3 stainless rivet handle. Got a nice integrated bolster coming out from the blade right into the handle. Very nicely done fit and finish on this. The balance point, even with that heavy handle with a longer blade, is right about there. So it's not quite to a pinch grip, a little bit behind, but it's not too bad for a full-on, full tang Western handle on it. The edge length, it's not quite 270, so if you want something that's not quite as long, this is a good one. It's about 264 millimeters or about 10.4 inches overall length, almost 400 millimeters or 15.7 inches. And then this blade, it's got some stiffness to it, but it's it's fairly thin, and the performance in this was outstanding. I cut some onions with this just to test it, and I was astounded how well it went through the onions. It really went through almost like a laser. So the performance is really good on this. It's much better than you might think it is just picking it up. As far as the spine, I got about 2 millimeters, just pretty much all the way down, and then it gets ground down towards the tip. And again, the tip's pretty thin. Performs great. Went through onions like they weren't even there, and it's pretty thin at the edge as well. So this will be a really nice performing knife with a little bit of backbone to it. Height's about 53, so it's plenty tall. We'll do our beauty shot here. I'll give this a 7 out of 10 on my scale with the out-of-box edge. It's pretty darn good out of the box. It's really sharp. Nicely crafted edge. You've got some embossed kanji on the right side of the blade, vertical finish marks. They do a little bit of polishing and kind of thinning on the right side of the blade towards the edge to increase that performance. There's your cladding line right there. And then the left side of the blade doesn't have quite the same treatment. This is standard for this style of knife for these guys. Here's your cladding line. Here's your core steel. Again, this is semi-stainless, so it'll start to gain maybe a little bit of a patina to it. You can see how high that cladding line is, though. That means that tip's really thin. That's what makes it go through stuff so well. So just a high performance grind on this. Nice fit and finish. It's very good. They've polished the spine a little bit, relieved the corners a little bit, and they've done a nice job on the choil back here and relieving the corners of that. So it's ready to rock and roll out of the box. Let's see, I did the balance point already. Let's look at it on the cutting board. Again, this thing will be a prep beast. If you needed to do a lot of work and not want to sharpen as often, this will be great. You need a little bit of space to work with it. It's a big knife, but if you got the space, and especially if you handle larger product, this will just be a great tool for you. And here's what the cutting board profile looks like. So it's got a nice kind of flat spot towards the back here, maybe a little bit of a bump right there in the profile, but fairly flat towards the back. Tip's kind of medium aggressive belly. That means I can get way up here. Good thing about a longer knife, you don't have to lift the handles high to rock over stuff, so you don't have that up and down pumping action as much on a longer knife. A lot of advantages to a longer blade. This is one of them. Also, you have different areas of the knife, so as maybe the middle starts to lose some sharpness, maybe the heel will be sharper, or maybe the tip will be sharper, and you can use different areas of the blade and kind of use up that sharpness as you go along and get the whole thing kind of equally to the level, same level, and then you can sharpen the whole thing. So you definitely can use different portions of the blade. But it's a very nice edge profile. Again, this thing is just a workhorse, and it will do a great job in a pro kitchen or a home environment if you just want something that holds an edge for a very long time. And again, this is a surprisingly great performer with some weight to it. So it's just a great combination of characteristics. This is the Kohetsu HAP40 Western Gyuto 270mm knife from Chef Knives To Go.